Welcome into A Toast of Film. I'm your host, Ebo, and guys, this week we got 3 new theatrical releases. Your boy stayed in the theater. And I also have a streaming movie, but it fits in with the theme of one of our movies. So today we're going to be talking about The Roses, new dark comedy, The Toxic Avenger, remake of an 80s movie, Run, alien film, and Lumina is a streaming alien film. Well, at least I saw it on streaming on Tubi, but it did have like a day or two in theaters. So, it's Labor Day weekend. We're toasting with Mick Ultra Lime Cactus. I think it's good. It's very refreshing, very light. And also, today is Clash in Paris, so I got my John Cena shirt on. John Cena versus Logan Paul. Hopefully that's a good contest. But let's go ahead, get in these reviews, because I got things to say. We have a theme today. It's appropriate one of the films is called Run because we got stages of Run today. Starting out, The Roses. So this is from director Jay Roach, who done, some things I'm not the biggest on, but they have their qualities. The Campaign, Meet the Parents. But he also directed Bombshell, which I liked. And of course, yeah, baby, he directed the Austin Powers trilogy. So you got to give, Mr. Roach some love. But this is Benedict Cumberbatch is Theo, Olivia Colman is Ivy. They happen to meet by chance. They move from the UK to America, and they basically just, it's when people say love, hate, this is very much hate, love. Like they love each other, but they also seem like they can't stand each other. And both of them are just, quality actors. So of course it's going to be great. Supporting cast is good too. You got old Nakuti Gatwa, you got Zoe Chow, Andy Samberg, Kate McKinnon. So good little supporting cast. And let me tell y'all, this movie, it's funny, but it's also awkward, and it has some moments where you're just like, oh God, as tensions ramp up, and then, they're like, we should get a divorce. And then it really gets haywire. So this movie, it is a wild movie. This is an example of a marriage that they should run from, even though they do love each other, even though they are perfect for each other. They should run from this marriage. We'll tell y'all, the ending, I personally am a big fan of. So The Roses, it's not one I love, but I did enjoy it. So I'm going to give The Roses a 3.2 out of 5 cheers. Next up, we got The Toxic Avenger. This is a remake of, old Toxie from the 80s, Trauma. This is from our director, and he also is a character, Macon Blair. He was an actor in Blue Ruin, Oppenheimer, The Hunt. He gets kicked in the face in The Hunt while he's driving. And we got Peter Dinklage as Winston, who later becomes Toxie. The body of Toxie, because it's not actually Peter Dinklage in the costume, is Luisa Guerrera. And then Jacob Tremblay plays his stepson, Wade. And we also got Taylor Page, Kevin Bacon, Elijah Wood rounding out the cast. This is a prime example, in my opinion, of what happens when you forcibly try and make something bad. The good thing about the Trauma films is a lot of them are bad, but they were just working with what they had. Whereas this, it very much feels very forced, like they're trying to capture that magic without actually earning it. Now, I will say, old Tyson, y'all have seen Tyson on here. He was on the Y2K episode. He hated this. He said, and I quote, "This is the worst film he's ever seen," which, trust me, friendos, I've seen so much worse this year alone than this. The pacing is miserable. It feels like this movie, it goes on forever. And I will say, though, I did get 4 laugh out loud moments where I was the only person at the theater that laughed. No one in our showing made any noise aside from me. But so I had fun in moments, but it's kind of boring. I can't give it a pass, even though, love Peter Dinklage, like the cast, had 4 really solid laughs, but I can't give it that pass that it should be getting. So instead, I'm going to go like a 2.2, 2.3 out of 5 cheers. There's some decent moments, but this is just better at home. Get your buddies together, you drink a choice, get some snacks, cut out the lights. I think you'll have a good time. All right, next up, we have Run. And that is precisely what you should do when someone asks you to go to the theater and watch this. I was one of 3 people. One of them walked out 10 minutes in. Very understandable, because this movie starts out as like a Tubi drama that becomes an Alien film. And the Tubi drama aspect is like, you're just like, why am I here? Type of thing. So this is from writer director Chris Stokes, who was the writer director of You Got Served. 2 of the people, your main character is Annie Idolazin, who plays Melissa, and Marquise Houston, who plays Andre. He was also the other writer on this. You know what? Let me just go through, because since there was not really any people in the theater, I turned my brightness all the way down. I was sitting up top by myself, and I decided to take notes. So here are some of my unedited notes from the theater. So the movie opens with CGI fire, which, spoiler alert, that is also the ending. The opening scene is the ending scene. Exactly. Like, no changes. We get a terrible death scene that they just linger on. This movie has no real concept of time. We get a wedding drama with terrible score songs, including loud background music that goes over the phone. These aliens are cartoony AI-looking mess, like Tubi mess. Then one of the aliens pimp smacks a woman over the car. That was pretty funny. The guys traveling there don't know there's an alien invasion, even though it's everywhere. They make 2 Independence Day jokes, references. They yell "run" 3 times. Terrible acting. Okay, here's some good stuff. Some of my favorite quotes. Lot of liquor. This is some Independence Day mess. I'm going to stay my butt inside until these leave. They're extremely sensitive to the flashlight from your cell phone. That's right, cell phones. Sources are saying the only way to kill these things are to shoot them in the head. Duh. They will not enter buildings unless they feel threatened. Duh. Without power, we cannot charge our cell phones. What? Plot, they have a gun and their phone chargers in the car outside. There you go. The news anchors are terrible. They mentioned that the aliens cut the power lines so that we couldn't charge our cell phones. They asked somebody, can you make a homemade bomb? I can make a homemade bomb in my sleep. The homemade bomb is a Molotov cocktail. It's literally, he just shoves a rag in a bottle of liquor. Like, what are we doing? But yeah, it's just, everything about this is pain. But your boy likes bad stuff. So this is one I wouldn't mind. Like, if this is at Walmart in the $5 bin, I would grab it, just because I do enjoy just the stupidity of the aliens, how they look, how they run, all that. But yeah, Run from this movie. I'm going to give it, just because I just can't believe they made a movie where cell phones are your big weapon of choice against aliens. The cell phone light, specifically. So I'm going to give it like a 1.8 out of 5 cheers. It's stupid, but I kind of enjoy stupid stuff. And don't worry, the stupid train is not stopping there, because we got Lumina. Like I said, this was in theaters like 1 or 2 days. From our director, Gio McCoy, I'll just tell you, Emily Hall plays Cher. That's like one of the lead characters. This one, once again, you got really bad CG aliens. This plot is so all over the place, convoluted. They really thought they were doing something. And I mean, hey, they got a movie, I don't. But it's just so all over the place, so crazy. People get too ambitious thinking, oh yeah, this is great stuff. And then when you have these CG aliens, like let's reel it back a little. Like you could still make a fine movie without this. But overall, Lumina, not a good time. I give it like a 1.3 out of 5 cheers. Just not a time I want to hang out. But guys, we like to keep this short and sweet, just like me. I'm going to go check out Clash in Paris, enjoy some brewskis, hopefully hang out with Trey and them, which stay tuned. We got some news about that. As you can see, still working on the studio. Stay tuned on that. But if you want to let us know what you think about any of these movies, or you want to let us know things we need to check out, I love hearing things I need to check out. There's so many ways you can do it. Let me tell you the best ways. Check us out on Instagram and TikTok, A Toast of Film, all one word. Check us out on Twitter at @film_toast, or check us out on wonderful YouTube. You can see my old school John Cena shirt. You can see the Lord of the Rings War of the Rohirrim poster. You can see me looking tired on this Labor Day weekend. But make sure to like, make sure to comment. Love when people comment. Make sure to subscribe. Makes our day. We just hope you have a good night and good viewing.